There is a village on this planet where people wake up literally above the clouds. No joke, guys, above the actual clouds. Some mornings, the entire valley below just disappears into white fog, and the villagers just sip their tea like it's nothing. Cars cannot reach this place. Roads simply stop working a few miles before you get there. The only way in is on foot, on a mule, or by a terrifying cable car. I'm telling you, the first time I saw a photo of this place, I didn't believe it was real. It looked like something out of a fantasy movie, not planet Earth. And honestly, the story behind why people even live up there is even crazier than the view. Stick with me for the next few minutes, because we are about to walk through daily life in a village floating in the sky. We'll talk about how they get food, how they survive winter, and what happens when someone gets sick. We'll also get into a local festival that, honestly, gave me chills just researching it. And trust me, the ending of this video is going to hit you right in the chest. Now, before we go further, let's take care of something important. If you love discovering places most people never even hear about, this is exactly why Travel Journey exists. Hit that subscribe button right now. Seriously, it takes 2 seconds. Because next week, we are dropping a video on a town that only exists for 3 months a year. You do not want to miss that one, I promise you. Okay, let's get back into this incredible mountain village. This place sits at an altitude where regular houses would honestly struggle to survive. We're talking elevations well above 10,000 feet in some cases. At that height, the air is noticeably thinner than what you and I breathe daily. Visitors often feel dizzy or short of breath within the first hour of arriving. Locals, though, they just walk uphill carrying firewood like it's a Tuesday stroll. Their lungs have literally adapted over generations to handle less oxygen. Doctors call it one of the most remarkable examples of human adaptation on Earth. And here is where it gets really interesting. These villages usually formed centuries ago, and not by accident. Ancient traders needed rest stops while crossing massive mountain ranges, so small settlements popped up along these dangerous but necessary routes. Over time, families stayed, built homes, and never left. Generation after generation grew up knowing nothing but sky and stone. Some families can trace their roots in that exact spot back over 400 years. 400 years, guys, in one tiny cluster of houses in the clouds. Imagine your family living in the same few acres since before your country even existed. That kind of connection to land is honestly rare in today's world. Now let's talk about the houses themselves for a second. These aren't fancy modern cabins with heated floors and big windows. Most homes are built from stone, mud, and timber cut from nearby forests. Walls are often 2 to 3 feet thick just to block the freezing wind. Roofs are flat or slightly sloped, built to handle heavy snow loads. Inside, families usually gather around one central fire for warmth and cooking. That fire becomes the heart of the entire household during long winter months. Wait, this next part surprised even me. In peak winter, some villages get completely cut off from the outside world. No deliveries, no mail, sometimes no way in or out for weeks at a time. Families have to stock food, fuel, and supplies months in advance. It's basically a mountain version of preparing for a hurricane, except it happens every single year. Grain, dried meat, and preserved vegetables get stored carefully before the first snowfall. Running out of supplies in January simply is not an option up there. So planning ahead isn't a hobby, it's survival, plain and simple. Now, here's something that genuinely blew my mind. Despite the isolation, these communities are incredibly tight-knit and supportive. Neighbors check on elderly villagers daily, especially during brutal winter storms. That kind of community trust is honestly something a lot of us have lost, and it makes visiting this place feel deeply humbling, not just beautiful. Let's shift over to how people actually get up there. Since roads often stop miles before the village, travel gets intense fast. Some visitors take a scenic but nerve-wracking cable car ride. Others hike for several hours along narrow cliffside trails. The views along the way are honestly jaw-dropping, but so is the drop. One wrong step and you're looking at a very long fall. Local guides walk these paths almost every single day of their lives. They move with a kind of confidence that makes tourists look clumsy in comparison. And here is where it gets really interesting. Mules are still a major part of daily transportation in this region. They carry everything from building materials to groceries up steep mountain paths. Watching a mule train climb a cliffside trail is oddly mesmerizing to witness. These animals are trained from a young age to handle extreme elevation changes. Without them, honestly, basic survival up there would be way harder. Some families even consider their mules part of the household, not just livestock. Now let's talk about food, because this part genuinely surprised me. You'd think growing crops at this altitude would be nearly impossible, but locals have figured out clever ways to farm on steep, terraced land. These terraces look like giant green staircases carved right into the mountainside. Barley, potatoes, and buckwheat are common crops that survive the harsh climate. Farming season is short, so timing has to be absolutely perfect every year. Miss the right planting window and your entire harvest could fail. That pressure alone would stress most of us out completely, but here it's just another normal part of life. Meals are simple but deeply satisfying, built around what the land actually provides.
Warm soups, hearty stews, and fresh bread are staples in most homes. Meat is often reserved for special occasions or important festivals. Tea, though, that's an all-day, everyday kind of thing. Locals drink it constantly, especially the salty butter tea version common in these regions. Trust me, the first sip surprises almost every single tourist who tries it. It's not sweet like American tea. It's rich, salty, and oddly comforting. Once you get used to it, apparently it becomes seriously addictive. Now let's talk about something even more fascinating, their festivals. Once a year, this village throws one of the most colorful celebrations you'll ever see. Locals dress in bright traditional clothing passed down through generations. Drums echo across the mountains, and the entire community comes together as one. Dancers move in tight circles, while elders chant songs older than written history. It's part celebration, part prayer, and part deep respect for their ancestors. Watching it feels less like tourism and more like being invited into someone's family. And honestly, that's rare to experience anywhere in today's world. Wait, this next part surprised even me. These festivals often thank the mountains themselves for allowing people to survive there. There's a spiritual belief that the peaks watch over the entire village. Certain rocks, rivers, and cliffs are treated as sacred, almost like family members. Locals won't disturb specific areas out of deep respect for these beliefs. It's a powerful reminder that nature isn't just scenery here, it's practically alive to them. That mindset shapes almost every decision made in daily village life. Now let's talk about health and medicine, because this part is intense. There's usually no hospital nearby, sometimes not for many, many miles. A basic clinic might exist, but serious emergencies require serious effort. In extreme cases, patients are carried down mountain trails on stretchers by hand.
That journey alone can take hours, even in dangerous weather conditions. It's a stark reminder of how much we take modern healthcare for granted. Yet somehow, this community continues thriving despite these enormous challenges. Resilience up there isn't just a nice word, it's a daily requirement. And here is where it gets really interesting. Education is another area where things look completely different from home. Some villages have a single small schoolhouse for all age groups combined. Children as young as 5 sit alongside teenagers in the very same room. Teachers often travel long distances themselves just to reach these remote schools. During winter, schools sometimes pause entirely due to dangerous travel conditions. Kids study by candlelight or basic solar lamps when the sun goes down early. Despite these obstacles, literacy rates in many of these areas are steadily improving. Locals genuinely value education, even when access to it is incredibly difficult. Now, here's something that might change how you see modern conveniences. Electricity only reached some of these villages within the past few decades. Before that, daily life revolved entirely around sunlight and firelight. Even today, power can be unreliable, especially during severe mountain storms. Solar panels have become a game changer for many remote households recently. They provide just enough electricity for lights, phones, and small appliances. It's a small taste of modern life mixed into an otherwise ancient lifestyle. And honestly, that contrast is part of what makes visiting so fascinating. Let's talk tourism for a second, because this village hasn't been overrun yet. Unlike major tourist hotspots, this place still feels wonderfully untouched and authentic. Visitor numbers are limited simply because access is genuinely difficult. That difficulty has accidentally protected the village's culture from major outside influence. Homestays are often the only accommodation option available to travelers. Staying with a local family gives you an experience no hotel ever could. You eat what they eat, sleep where they sleep, and live their daily rhythm. No kidding, guys, it's one of the most authentic travel experiences on Earth. Wait, this next part surprised even me. Some travelers describe their homestay hosts as feeling like instant extended family. Locals often go out of their way to make visitors feel genuinely welcome. Language barriers exist, sure, but warmth somehow always finds a way through. A shared meal, a shared fire, and suddenly strangers feel like old friends. That's honestly the kind of connection travel should always be about. It's easy to forget that in a world full of quick vacations and selfies. Now let's talk about weather, because it changes everything up there instantly. Mornings can start crystal clear, with stunning views for miles around. By afternoon, thick clouds can roll in and swallow the entire village whole. Temperatures can drop dramatically within just a couple of hours sometimes. Locals read the sky like a language most of us never learned. They know exactly when to bring animals inside or secure loose supplies. Tourists, on the other hand, are often caught completely off guard. Packing layers isn't optional here, it's absolutely essential for survival. And here is where it gets really interesting. Snow can arrive early and linger far longer than most visitors expect. Some trails become completely impassable for months during peak winter season.
This means the best travel window is usually a narrow few months each year. Late spring through early autumn tends to offer the safest and clearest conditions. Outside that window, honestly, even locals limit unnecessary travel between villages. Timing your visit correctly can make or break your entire experience there. Now let's talk about something deeply moving: generational identity in this village. Younger residents sometimes leave temporarily for work or education in bigger cities, but many eventually return, drawn back by something hard to fully explain. Elders often say the mountains call people home eventually, no matter how far they go. That kind of pull isn't really about convenience or comfort at all. It's about identity, memory, and belonging to something bigger than yourself. Honestly, that idea alone gave me a lot to think about. In our fast-paced world, staying rooted like that feels almost rare and precious. Let's circle back to daily rhythms, because they're honestly beautiful in their simplicity. Mornings start early, usually with animals needing feeding before anything else. Water is often collected from natural springs rather than indoor plumbing. Cooking happens over open fire, filling homes with smoky, comforting aromas. Afternoons might involve farming, mending tools, or preparing goods for trade. Evenings are quiet, often spent together indoors as temperatures rapidly drop.
It's proof that human connection can flourish even in the harshest environments imaginable. Honestly, places like this remind us what truly matters in life. Not convenience, not speed, but connection, resilience, and a deep respect for nature. If this story moved you even a little, you know what to do. Hit subscribe on Travel Journey so you never miss a story like this one. Drop a comment and tell me which part surprised you the most. Would you ever attempt a journey up to a village like this yourself? We've got even more incredible hidden places coming very soon on this channel. Trust me, you will not want to miss what's coming next. Until then, stay curious, stay adventurous, and I'll see you in the next video.